Hello everyone and welcome to the table. So we have a brand new knife from Kershaw right here. So this right here is a variant of the Leek, and this one was a limited run pre-order that you had to get in on. There was a 4-day period to order it, but let's go ahead and check it out. So this was the Leek, the 1660 J25, and of course that stands for the 4th of July, 2025. So what we have right here is a Kershaw Leek. It has this custom coating on it with, of course, the American flag and firework motif on both sides. So that's very cool. And so that makes it kind of unique as well. Opening the blade up, we have our standard Leek blade profile and of course our markings right here. So again, the 1660 J25. And this was a limited pre-order. So what that meant is that you had a 4-day period. I think it was from May 29th to June 4th, or that's more than 4 days. I don't know. But either way, a few days to get in on this. And so what they did is they took as many orders or pre-orders as they could during that time. And that was it. Once, I think it was June 4th hit, they closed off the pre-orders, and that's the exact number of these knives that was produced. So we can see, of course, on the blade right here, we can see how many were made. So this one right here is number 508 of 1,062. So there were at least 1,062 orders of this knife that went in, and that's the exact number that was produced. So that's just something that I think collectors were probably really into. And it's one of those things, if you took a week off of the internet and you just weren't checking social media, so on and so forth, you probably missed out on it. You know, you may not have even known this existed. And so it's one of those cool things. I like to get in on it because, again, once it's gone, this exact variant of the knife is not going to come back. So it's one of those things, fear of missing out, you know. So it kind of drives some impulse purchases, I'm sure. But one of the draws of buying this knife is that 10 people who randomly bought this knife were going to get an upgraded version of this knife. And they were offering this, again, the same model here, but with a blue PVD coated blade. And I think it was also an upgrade to Magna Cut steel. And so they had 10 of those to give away. And with about 1,000 of these produced, it's slightly less than a 1% chance that you were going to get that upgraded blade. And I haven't seen pictures of that knife, so if anyone got that special Leek variant, I hope I see pictures online somewhere. But with only 10 of them out in the wild, that's kind of a really rare pickup for the collectors out there. But of course, the chance of getting the cool extra, the fact it's a limited run, hey, for a collector, this is, you know, scratching a lot of itches for you out there. But of course, what do we get on this knife? Again, we have the coating on the handle. The blade itself is a stone washed finish. And this is going to be a 14C 28N blade steel. And so what was also nice about it is, again, remember the Kershaw Leek, this is a US made Kershaw. And so the price point for this model was $76.76. So yeah, of course, very cool, you know, marketing there with the price. So $76.76 for a US made Kershaw Leek, 14C steel. And it's something that's going to go away and never come back in this exact variant again. So I think that makes it a pretty good value proposition for the most part. I predict if you look on eBay for these things, they're probably going to be going for significantly more than that. And the fact with inflation being what it is, if they offer this again next year, I doubt it's going to be $76.76 again. Crossing my fingers, maybe, hopefully. But again, that's what I expect. But if you're not familiar with the Kershaw Leek, this is one of Ken Onion's designs. This is a classic Kershaw. This has been around forever, very popular. It's one of those ones that's likely to never be discontinued because it's just been around so long. It's part of the Kershaw stable. It's been around in many colors, many forms, even different blade profiles. And so this is one of my Leeks. I already own at least one. And I always keep it on the table, actually. So if you see any other videos, you might have seen this one right here. This is what they call their random Leek because the blade profile is slightly different. And what's kind of cool about the Leek is, again, this is a liner lock model right here. So we can see the liner action in there. And they also have a variant right here with the frame lock action as well. And being such a popular knife, it lends itself very well to upgrades, aftermarket accessories. Like this one right here, I upgraded to the coated screws. So these are coated with red paint. The pocket clip as well has like a red powder coat paint finish on it. So it kind of has that cool contrast. So, you know, I could even swap out the screws here and get those red screws in on this Patriotic model, which I think would look really cool, to be honest with you. Or I might just buy a new set of screws, to be honest, because I really like this particular variant of the knife right here. And again, the Leek being one of those classic Kershaws, there's a reason why it's classic, obviously. It's very pocket friendly, 3-inch blade, and it has that Kershaw speed safe mechanism. Now, when the Kershaw Leek was introduced, the whole speed safe assisted opening thing, that was brand new. So it was one of the first knives to really bring it to mass market and make the speed safe assisted opening, perennial, one of those standard classic things that Kershaw does. And so we have this very classic Ken Onion pocket clip blade shape. And so it's not deep carry or anything. And that's also something, of course, you could remedy aftermarket. But just a classic Kershaw pocket clip right here. And it comes tip down carry, but you can reverse that. So actually, let's take the clip off real quick. And let's see what that graphic looks like underneath it as well. Let's see if it's the same. Okay, there we go. So graphic on this side, we can see American flag. Yeah, it looks like a mirrored pattern. So we have the flag and the fireworks right there. So no matter which side you are looking at, it's going to be the same graphic pattern. Let's go ahead and put it back in tip up carry. So that's generally how I prefer it anyway. All right, so let's just tighten that up. But yeah, piece of cake to swap out these pocket clips. Take off the pocket clip if that's not your thing. But there we go. Now we have tip up carry. Of course, the Kershaw Leek has this extra lock feature right here, so you can put the lock into place and it prevents that blade from opening in your pocket. And I think it's kind of a necessity in some cases, because the Leek is actually the only knife I've ever actually had accidentally open in my pocket. Because of course, once that speed safe mechanism gets activated, you don't want that happening in your pocket accidentally. So for that extra safety factor, they have this little safety mechanism that prevents the blade from opening. So very cool. But again, it's a classic. Why do I even need to talk about the Kershaw Leek? And the answer is I really don't, but it's really an awesome finish. Now, one question I have for all of you out there, because I don't know the answer to this, Kershaw on their website, they call this coating with the flag graphic, they call this a CCI coating. And so I'm not sure what CCI is. I Googled it really quick, and I'm getting a lot of different various answers. CCI stands for a lot of things out in the world. So maybe a ceramic coating of some kind, So hopefully that means it's going to be a durable finish. But I know they've made Leeks forever with different types of graphic coatings on it. And with wear and tear, of course, it gets damaged. So there's that. So if anyone out there knows more about what the CCI coating is, how durable it is, please drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you. I want to learn myself and be able to share that with others in the future. For this one, though, this one's going to be definitely part of the collection, so I don't know if I'm going to carry it necessarily, but it's certainly fun to fidget with. And the box it came in, one last thing I'll show you. I do love, I appreciate this, FSS, Factory Special Series. So this is one, if you normally throw out the box, you might want to keep it with this one, because this one is going to be more of a collectible, so value might go up, and having the original box with it is always a nice touch. So pretty cool knife overall. We love the Kershaw Leek. We love Kershaw. Love USA made knives. But if you have any questions out there, feel free to drop a comment below. I hope you all have a nice day. See you later.